As you prepare to start this new chapter of your life, explain how difficult was it to close your previous chapter with the department, especially with the school furlough still very much up in the air, still very much unsettled. Was that tough to have to close that chapter to start this one?
You know, the education is ongoing. It's going to go on forever. And issues of budget, curriculum, all those things will be there forever. And there's never a good time, but there's a time when you have to make rooms for someone else to come in. And as long as I've been an administrator, I've always believed that I need to pass the torch one day. So in passing the torch, we made sure that we left the team in place. We took it as far as we could go. When I went there, I said I would do the very best I can for as long as I could be there. And came a time when it was time to move on, and this is where it is. So it was good. I will always remember my experiences. There were, you know, every experience is a plus, and what did you learn from it? And so now I bring those experiences with me here, and what am I going to do here? And I'm looking forward to this experience in a private school, much less a Catholic school.
Pat, in the public schools, especially during the last 8 to 10 years, there was a lot of focus on very strict federal mandates. How is this different than dealing with those mandates?
Well, in doing my homework, I find that while we may not have the U.S. DOE there with the mandates, every Catholic school is beholden to, for us, it would be the Marianist educational values and the Marianist order. We take our direction and guidance from them, as well as the diocese for this Hawaii. So the Hawaii Catholic schools are also part of the directions, the standards, and the guidance that they give us. So it's, you know, beyond us. How do we complement? How do we weave ourselves into the fabric of Hawaii Catholic schools? And that, in its sense, you know, if you take the federal government and what you're going to do to be a public school in a public school setting, then you take a look at the Marianist order and the Marianist requirements, and you take a look at the diocese requirements and how does St. Louis fit into those. So, you know, their names may be different, but the expectations, the standards, what they want for the students, what they want to accomplish are the same.
Can you speak to the fact that you're the first woman leader in an all-male school? I mean, in some respects it's a non-issue, but in other respects it's quite a dramatic change for a school with a long history.
Mm-hmm. And yes, you know, I don't really know how to answer that, because I always believe that in education, sound education and sound practices are gender neutral. And I believe that a good administrator can also be gender neutral. I may not operate a man like a male, neither do I expect them to operate the way I do, but in our own way, what are we going to do that's going to help us accomplish what we need to do to get to what we want, and that's our graduates being the very best. We have goals. We want to be sure that St. Louis is an outstanding and exemplary Marianist school that addresses and maximizes the learning of young men. And how do we capitalize on that, and what are the teaching practices that will make a difference? And I'm really happy to be here. I'm excited about the kinds of things, the possibilities, the opportunities, that's going to make this the very best.
How long do you expect to do this?
As long as I need to be.
Matt, you said that this first 100 days, actually the last 100 for the semester, it's a time for you to listen and to learn.
What do I mean by that?
Yeah.
Well, every school has a school culture, and so I need to be sure that I understand the school culture, the beliefs, the practices, the strengths. What do we want to improve? Where do we want to go? Not where I want to go. Where do we want to go as a school to provide that kind of learning environment for our students? And that's part of the listening and asking questions and understanding what's going on. Then from there, we're better able to build that plan of what we want to do to improve and how do we go about it. So it's our journey, together, and that's what the next 100 days will do. It's about how do we together move the school.
just on a personal note, I know that you have a lot of, I don't know, a good way to put this, but a lot of struggles in your last job. Challenges, I guess that would be. So, coming here to the school, just on a personal note, how does it make you feel having the support, whether it's financial and ideas behind you coming in?
It's great. It feels good. Challenges just come with any job, regardless of where it is. I've been in education for 40 years, and I can, very, very straight out say I never remember a time when we had enough dollars to do what we have to do. I still have little boxes in my desk from the days that I was teacher, and these are my, little ways to organize my desk, and I can't believe I still do that, but I do. So, what's important is what are we going to be doing to ensure that our students get the very best, and that's really what it's all about. I just feel good about it. You can also ask President Kermit some questions. He is my boss. And to just follow up a little bit on the challenges, every challenge is an opportunity, and how do we take lemons and make it into lemonade? And from every challenge, you